We have to see God in all creatures and respect that. When we start looking at all beings as expressions of the Almighty, can we hurt any being at all? Guru Brahmarishi Mohanji, vegan.
With profound, humble gratitude and love to all venerated enlightened masters, we bow to the Almighty in soulful gratefulness for gifting us with their holy, blessed presence. May all beings be awakened by their divine grace. Etc. Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule and suprememastertv.com/BMD.
हमारे कार्यक्रम पेश किए जाते हैं कई भाषाओं में। कृपया देखें suprememastertv.com/schedule और suprememastertv.com/BMD.
Also, be sure to follow us on our socials: YouTube, Facebook, Getter, Instagram, LinkedIn, Nico Nico, Pinterest, Reddit, Substack, Telegram, Threads, TikTok, Truth Social, Tumblr, VK, and X, previously known as Twitter, in multiple languages by searching Supreme Master TV.
The most powerful daily prayer for any time and before meditation, which is the order from God, and Supreme Master Ching Hai shares with us by His blessed grace.
We humbly worship, praise, thank, obey, and love God Almighty, the Most High, the greatest, for world vegan, world peace, and our soul liberation. We thank, love, praise the only Son of God, who is the ultimate Master for our salvation. We follow the teaching of all the saints and sages. We thank, love, and praise them, who are the representatives of God for our spiritual elevation.
We now invite you to watch the next part of Supreme Master Ching Hai's message titled The Way to Peace in Ukraine or Ukraine and the World, Part 3 of 13, on Between Master and Disciples, given in English on March 7th, 2025.
Supreme Master Ching Hai, vegan, is a world-renowned spiritual teacher, humanitarian, and artist. She has been invited to lecture on the Kuan Yin method of meditation throughout the world. We now invite you to view Walk the Way of Love, an introduction to Supreme Master Ching Hai.
We'll search high and low for a little love to bestow on all beings in all corners of existence. Supreme Master Ching Hai, vegan.
Supreme Master Ching Hai, as she has affectionately become known, lives a message that walks the way of love. A renowned humanitarian, artist, and spiritual visionary, her love and assistance has extended beyond all cultural and racial boundaries to people around the world. The needy and homeless, institutions of medical research, war veterans, the disadvantaged, the physically and mentally handicapped, refugees, and victims of natural disasters, etc. We witness countless reminders of the compassion, the trademark of this caring lady, and the international foundation that has grown out of her loving example.
Whatever we can share, begin with share. And then we will feel a subtle change in ourselves. More love will be pouring into our consciousness, and we will be aware of something. And that is a beginning. We are here to learn to grow, as well as to learn to use our power, our limitless power of love and creativity, in order to make a better world wherever we happen to be incarnated. Don't worry, I pray for you, okay, honey?
Not only are human beings the blessed beneficiaries of her kindness, animal people from different species are also the recipients of her boundless benevolence.
You okay, boy? You okay? Yeah, come on, baby. Hey, look at you. Oh, quack. You happy? Quack. Hello, you grow so big now, you. Bon appetito. I love you. Good appetite. This is one of the reasons why we should be vegan. Love for all beings, extending love.
Supreme Master Ching Hai, vegan, was born in Central Olac, or Vietnam. During her early years, she was often found helping hospital patients, the needy, as well as injured animal people in whichever way she could. As a young adult, she moved to Europe to study and continued there as a translator for the Red Cross. She soon discovered that pain and suffering exist in all corners of the globe, and her search for the remedy to this became the foremost goal in her life. She was happily married at the time to a German doctor, and although it was an extremely difficult decision for both of them, her husband agreed to a separation. She then embarked on what became a 2-year-plus journey in search for spiritual understanding. Finally, in the deepest reaches of the Himalayas in India, she found an enlightened master who imparted to her the Kuan Yin method, a meditation method on the inner heavenly light and sound. After a period of practice, she became fully enlightened. Soon after her return from the Himalayas, at the earnest request of those around her, Supreme Master Ching Hai shared the Kuan Yin method with others, encouraging them to look within to find their own greatness. Through the Kuan Yin method of meditation, they also attained greater fulfillment, happiness, and peace. Before long, invitations arrived from the United States, etc.,
I saw that I was everywhere and in every creature.
Europe,
To see God is very, very simple.
Asia,
All religions tell you be a good person here and find heaven while you can.
Australia,
We are the sons and daughters of God. We are ourselves, the Supreme Master.
Africa,
I will show you how to get direct teaching
and South America,
and keep the commandments and try to lead a more vegan life.
as well as from important organizations for Supreme Master Ching Hai to give lectures.
The peace and love that we most often talk about and seek, we have within ourselves. You must look inside and find your own treasure and find the real, lasting happiness. The future is in our hands. So you make it beautiful or you make it worse. It's up to you.
Supreme Master Ching Hai has realized many spontaneous talents that she expresses through artistic paintings and creations, music and poetry, and aesthetic jewelry and clothing designs, expressing the inner and outer beauty. The income generated from her artistic creations has enabled Supreme Master Ching Hai to create an independent source of funding for humanitarian activities in support of her noble mission of assisting God's children in their times of need. Although she does not seek acknowledgement of any kind, Supreme Master Ching Hai has been given awards worldwide by government officials and private organizations on numerous occasions. They include the World Peace Award, the World Spiritual Leadership Award, the Award for Promotion of Human Rights, the World Citizen Humanitarian Award, the Award for Outstanding Public Service to Mankind, the 2006 Goosey Peace Prize, the Los Angeles Music Week Certificate of Commendation, and first place silver for the 27th Annual Telly Awards 2006. In addition, October 25th and February 22nd have been proclaimed as the Supreme Master Ching Hai Day in the United States.
She also brings love around the world where there is hate. She brings hope where there is despair. And she brings understanding where there is misunderstanding. She is the light of a great person, an angel of mercy for all of us.
Agradecer a la Suprema Maestra su liderazgo, agradecerle su optimismo, agradecerle ese don de gente que tiene que la hace tan única y tan especial.
Una impresión muy grata de ver un corazón tan noble, tan dispuesto a servir. Ella está sirviendo a todos los seres humanos, está sirviendo al planeta para salvarlo, para rescatarlo. Tiene un corazón noble, pero también un gran liderazgo. Sé que van a suceder las cosas que tienen que suceder.
Supreme Master Ching Hai is one of the truly dedicated people of this era, helping others find and create a beautiful vision of our future. Many great people in history have had a dream, and in her own words, so does Supreme Master Ching Hai.
I dream that all the world will become peaceful. I dream that everyone becomes the Buddha. I dream that all the killing will stop. I dream that all the children will walk in peace and harmony. I dream that all the nations shake hands with each other, protect each other, and help each other. I dream that our beautiful planet will not be destroyed. It takes billions, trillions of years to produce this planet. And it's so beautiful, so wonderful. I dream that it will continue, but in peace, beauty, and love.
I don't have a lot of money like you have, but I give as much as I can afford to Ukraine through my own money and through my disciples also. And we even support opening a vegan restaurant in Ukraine also so that we can help from there other people, other soldiers and who are victim people. We continue doing that in our very humble, small way. And because of all these humane supports, and of course more other spies were after me, still are. I'm not in safety, less safe even than before. Became almost like a homeless. Even at the place I used to live, trees were chopped down without warning and for no reason. I mean, in front of my people who are living there, even started burning the forest where I lived. So I'm not for Putin at all, in case any of the European leaders think that way. No. 100% no, more than 1,000% no. I don't support war, no matter who made it. And whoever makes war, he, she is my enemy. The enemy of the people. Yes. Because they have the heart to kill innocent. And affect the whole world with it. With food problems, with transportation problems, and with peace problems. Life is so hard for a lot of people already. Now, why make war? So that people can't sleep, can't eat well, can't do their job, and have to mourn their own loved ones. And all these beautiful, handsome young Russians, for example, young, beautiful men and women of Ukraine have to die for what? Even if you are successful in taking the whole country, what will you have when you go down in your tomb, huh? If you even could go there, or you'll be exploded into pieces before you even know where your soul's gone. I'm all for peace, okay? So, President Trump, forgive me if I offended you in any way. I'm 100% for you. It's just, peace is a very big karmic kind of burden. Anyone who wants to handle peace must handle really with care, like raw eggs. I mean, I'm so much for peace that even though I love the Indian book, the ancient book called Bhagavad Gita, meaning the songs of the gods, I don't let them extract anything from that book anymore. We used to have some. And when they asked me, then I realized they're making some of it from the Bhagavad Gita. And I said, don't do it. Because in the Bhagavad Gita, the master of Arjuna encouraged him and pushed him to make war with the so-called enemies. The enemies also have their own teacher, master, friends, for example, like that. So I don't want to ever advertise for that book anymore, even though that was the first book that I found by the Ganges River when I went into a shop and asked for that book. And they told me that they don't have it anymore. But then the next day they called me in and said, how did you know that we have a box in our storeroom and we didn't know about it? So you can buy it now. They were surprised. They thought I have psychic power. How couldn't I see things? Because I was kind of insisting with them. I said, I saw it. I never saw this book before, but it's like this color outside, and it's written like this, like that, and it's this size. It was a small book, a small formed book. And they were surprised. How did I know all that, even though I hadn't seen this book before? I said, I just saw it, and I thought you have it. That's why I came in and wanted to buy it. They said, no, at that time we didn't have it. We looked, it's all over. Nothing was there until, we saw it in our storeroom. So here you can have it. And because of that, one of the customers in the shop at that time wanted to read my palm and predicted that I will be a Buddha in 4 years. In 4 years, you will become a complete Buddha. At that time, you are getting there, they told me. They wanted to read my palm, but I refused. I said, I don't have money to pay for it, sir, and I don't believe much in it. They said, no, you don't have to pay any money. I'm just interested because I saw your aura. I want to know who you are and why. So he even read my palm and predicted that in 4 years I will reach a complete Buddhahood, meaning at that time I wasn't Buddha yet. But even then, one of them wanted to become my disciple, the owner of that bookshop. I wasn't a master or anything of that kind. God did not tell me that I would be a master yet at that time. That was on the Ganges River in Rishikesh. I went there because many ancient masters went there in history, the Buddha also. And one of the great masters of the big famous system called Bias in Bias also went there to meditate. And great masters like Saint Kapoor Singh Ji, yes, he also went there to meditate for a while. So I went there to meditate because I wanted to take in some of the whatever energy that was still there from the great ancient masters. Also, I wanted to pay respect to them by going to the Ganges River every day to meditate. In the middle of the Ganges, I almost drowned when the big flood came. Luckily, God protected me, so I came out alive. No, that was too long story, huh? Yeah, I'm just telling you that. Oh, this is a little proof that at least I really want peace. I'm with you. And I know why you have been at the end, not too friendly with President Zelensky because you were so burning inside. You want peace yesterday already. But everybody has different opinions in their own problem and their own situation to deal with. So please understand President Zelensky and forgive him even if you think he's completely wrong. But he also has his own problem, his own opinion. You know that. And we just have to make peace. Even if anyone is so hungry for peace, so desperate for peace, so painful inside for the victims of the war and really want to push for peace in any way possible, still we cannot sacrifice friendship and the harmony of the international community, meaning other countries around America. Because that will cause another war then. And that will defeat your purpose. President, please, I know you have many good advisors and I am just nowhere. Yes, but please, I have the right to also express my opinion. And I have the right also to, I have the right of wanting to help you, to have America, have the world. Also, physically, President Zelensky, he's exhausted from 3 years of war as the head of the state in a war. So he might not have been able to sleep a couple of nights before or had many headaches from the front line or from his dying shoulders or from some setback in his strategy to fight. And he went all the way from Europe to America. That is a long way, and he might not have been able to sleep well in the airplane. Noise and a lot of questioning, a lot of worrying in his head. So he might have busted out against his own will. Imagine if you are in his position, then you will know how it is like, and please forgive. Please make peace with Ukraine, because Ukraine is now represented by President Zelensky. And I'm sure you already have had second thoughts about excluding Europe and Ukraine out of your concern. I know you won't do it in some days and somehow, eventually, because you are a man of peace, you can't just let people die. Peace is more important than personal opinions and arguments. I'm sure President Zelensky would also have realized it by now. So you two men, both are passionate about your own ideals. Even though Ukraine is a small country compared to America and not as rich, as powerful, but it is a country with millions of people living in it. And normally they're peaceful folk, they just do farming. Farming is the work that God recommended to us, humankind, but many don't do it. Nowadays especially, many fields are left empty, untended, because of different reasons, because of climate change, because high tech, and because of better jobs in the city, for example, like that. But Ukraine will still continue to do their farming diligently, faithfully. And they're exporting farming products. I think they're the 4th or the 5th in the world. Imagine, such a small country. So many countries really rely on Ukrainian farmers and the way they're doing their daily lives for farming products to survive. So please, for all of these people, President Trump, just concentrate on your goal, okay? And be patient. Explain it to President Zelensky what you wanted him to understand. You know that many people sometimes do things or they tell you what they think, but you don't understand them also because you think it's not logical or it might be a trick. President Zelensky, even though he respects you, respects Americans, he might find it difficult to believe, to trust anyone anymore after Russia betrayed him. You see what I'm saying, sir? I think maybe you have known all this, but because you're too busy to give more consideration, deep thinking into all these things that I'm saying, I'm just here to remind you. And in case you think my opinion is not your taste, please forgive me then, but please consider it for peace's sake, for the sake of all humans that depend on the peace in Ukraine to live on, to take care of their family, their children. Please consider my talk. Just consider my talk. It's just as a woman who is also passionate about peace and supporting your passion for peace.
Supreme Master Ching Hai, vegan, is a world-renowned spiritual teacher, humanitarian, and artist. To learn more about her compassionate life and teachings, please visit suprememastertv.com/master.
Vegan, Eden Restorer.
Peace is happening around our world.
Peace News, number 14 of many, and counting.
There are many countries promoting peace and fostering amity among peoples and governments. Etc.
August 2022. Japan's Prime Minister pledges not to engage in military conflict in the future, declaring, "We will never again repeat the horrors of war." By creating peace, we all can make a loving, serene, and prosperous world.
Bright-minded viewers, we thank you for your company for today's episode titled The Way to Peace in Ukraine or Ukraine and the World, Part 3 of 13 on Between Master and Disciples. Coming up next is on Rations and Economies, Selections from Tablets by Amos Bronson Alcott, Vegan, Part 1 of 2, on Words of Wisdom, right after Noteworthy News. Please stay tuned to Supreme Master Television for more constructive programming.
Being vegan, having peace, heaven, Godspeed.
Supreme Master TV Max. Maximize your blessings at home, work, and anywhere.
All of you should try to set up your telephone. You go onto the site called suprememastertv.com/max or Folia, Pocha, Livia. Then you can set up your computer or even your handy smartphone without SIM into 40 quadrillion screens of Supreme Master Television. The dots are very, very small, but there are 40 quadrillion screens behind them. And if you have several no-SIM phones set up on that, then it's a lot.
Other inventive ways to multiply the 40 quadrillion Supreme Master TV screens. When you go to www.suprememastertv.com/max, click the button that is for your device. One is for PC or Android phone or tablet. The other is for Apple iOS phone or tablet and any other device. Under that, you can click on the 1+3 max button to see one big screen of Supreme Master TV Live that you can watch and listen to as usual, together with 3 smaller screens of 40 quadrillion each. Enjoy our TV and the immense blessing at the same time. The offline button downloads the video to your device to keep the positive energy flowing without internet connection. The NX Max button shows many screens of 40 quadrillion for super multiplied blessings. Please tell all you know, all others, so this can help the whole world to be saved. Print out a Supreme Master TV Max card to distribute wherever you go, for example, if it is safe for you.
That kind of concentrated, huge, incredible energy will bless your home, bless your environment, your village, your town, or your city. And if many people do that, will bless your country, bless the world. Then our world will have less disasters, less war, more happiness, more intelligence, and more abundant blessings in our life. Just try it and you'll see the miracles that will happen.
To utilize this tool free of charge, please visit suprememastertv.com/max or youtube.com/@folia999/streams.